this limited time offer. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach in person or online at LandRoverPalmBeach.com. Offer ends soon.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Folks, I just watched one of my heroes get absolutely obliterated last night in TGL. I'm talking about Tiger Woods, but I'm about to tell you why Bills Mafia about to suffer the same fate this weekend.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. We are fresh off of a TGL Tuesday with the Tiger Woods debut at tomorrow's Golf League out at SoFi Center in Palm Beach Gardens. What a show by the LA Golf Club. What a no-show by the Jupiter Link Sea-Cat. They gave us absolutely nothing. They got destroyed.
Hey, they gave us something. They gave Kevin Kisner absolutely sculling a golf ball that almost broke a flagstick in half.
Gosh, that was incredible. We thought somebody in the audience might get injured there. I will say, if they needed somebody playing at TGL last night that would put audience members in harm's way, why the hell didn't they call me up? Same result. There's no the Jupiter Lynx only won 1 hole out of 15. I could have joined with Tiger Woods and Homa and done the same exact thing.
And they were looking up into the crowd at Charlie Woods saying, hey, can you lend us a hand?
People
can we
were
get a sub in for Charlie over Kiz?
There were We Want Charlie chants last night at SoFi Center. TGL, an amazing invention, but through 2 weeks of it, it has been 2 blowouts, hoping that Atlanta and Boston next week provide a little bit more dramatics there. Rory McIlroy making his debut. That's the beautiful thing about this is win, lose, or draw, the stars come out. And, DJ Khaled was in the house, Serena Williams was in the house, TGL delivering once again. We'll see how things shake out next week. This weekend in the NFL, C-Cat, It is time. It is go time. This is exactly how you would have drawn it up. I don't know if on the NFC side we expected to see the Washington Commanders, but on the AFC side, if I told you the Final Four would come down to Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and C.J. Stroud, there's only one section of America that would have been rooting for one of those guys to be out and their guy to be in, and that would just be Ohio. They would want to see Joe Burrow instead of Stroud.
Yeah, that's probably it.
That's it. We have the perfect draw in the AFC. The matchup is what people would dream of, what the TV networks would dream of. And we talked about this before the show. The best part about it is we're getting the challengers facing each other and Josh Allen and Lamar to see who gets a chance to come for the throne in Patrick Mahomes, and that is assuming the Chiefs beat the Texans this weekend, 8-point favorites. So if there is a script writer, congratulations. You yourself, you did a great job.
Yeah, they booked this. Like, it wasn't a tournament style. This felt like it was booked and handpicked to make this work the way it is.
Yeah.
Sunday, 6 o'clock,
Ooh.
Bills, Ravens, mwah. Like, that is absolutely, positively the best case scenario for the NFL and for this show.
Super Bowl, it feels like a Super Bowl Sunday type of kickoff there at 6:30. The ratings are going to be through the roof. I mean, imagine like all of this MVP talk between Lamar and Josh Allen and just how it has literally divided America. It has divided sports talkers. We've got people drawing up graphs. We got people putting fake news and stuff out there, putting up. People are talking about snap counts in the NFL with quarterbacks. Like, once I saw people arguing on behalf of their MVP candidate based on snap counts, I said, yeah, we've gone past the point of no return.
Like, this is as divided as I have ever seen an NFL MVP race.
Yeah.
This is it right here.
It is. And I will say this, the great thing about it is, though the votes I'm sure are already in, it will feel like, at least in the court of public opinion, whoever wins this game on Sunday is going to be the people's MVP. Lamar already has 2 real trophies in his trophy case. Josh Allen seeking out that first one, and the guys would probably have it the same way. Who wins this game should get the MVP. But again, the NFL playoffs, they have been delivering so far. Blowouts here and there, but the fact that we got that draw in the AFC delivers. You look over in the NFC side, C-Cat, and it's going to be one of those things where you're just hoping that both of those games stay close. But Lions-Commanders in Detroit, the way that the Detroit Lions have just steamrolled their opponents all season long and found ways to win, and they bite at the kneecaps, and I just can't see a rookie Jaden Daniels going in there and doing that. But either way, to be honest with you, we're going to get a great story out of that game. Either the destruction path that the Lions have been on continues, and now they get to host an NFC Championship game, or we've already been looking at the single greatest rookie season from a quarterback of all time, in my opinion, with Jaden Daniels. That story only gets elevated if he finds a way to get through the line.
Yeah, and I almost start thinking, like, we're in the day and age in terms of paying quarterbacks where it's like, oh, does Washington Brass have to start ponying up now because that price is only going to get more expensive? That's where we're at in the NFL right now.
If you are in the front office with Washington Commanders, and they got a new ownership group and everything, whatever money you have that is left over, whatever surplus you have from the ticket sales or whatever, you need to be investing that with your best guy.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say put it in like an investment fund so you can afford your best guy.
Yes. You literally, because you got 3 years and counting. I know right now Brock Purdy, the extension eligibility for Brock Purdy started, or at least the talks were able to start as soon as the season ended. With Jaden Daniels, when he does become extension eligible out there in Washington, they need to already have that contract written up, pre-signed, and the moment the clock strikes 12:01, that needs to be signed, sealed, delivered. He's done it.
Yes, he has done it, and you can kind of say you trust him, but you also want to make the best monetary decision possible, and the more good Jaden Daniels does for that organization, the more expensive Jaden Daniels becomes.
7.5 win total coming into the season. 12 win Commanders, who also get the wild card win over the Bucs last weekend, and 6 games that the Commanders have won within the last 10 seconds of either regulation or overtime. That is not something to scoff at. That dude there is special, and I just can't believe that we're getting this much elevated quarterback play. But aside with all of that, man, and we will get into TGL later, we do have to address Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, who came at our teammate on First Take this morning. Stephen A. Smith, who once you sparked the name of one of our teammates, one of our guys here at ESPN West Palm, talking about Colin Russo. Now you've invigorated us all, so there's going to be some clapback to First Take and to Stephen A.'s criticism. We'll get to that later in the show. Plus, we have Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, 6 to 10 a.m. here on ESPN 106.3. He'll be joining us at 2:30 to break down some NFL stuff. We do need to start with the bell of the ball when it comes to the divisional round, and that is the Bills and the Ravens. Can I get some NFL music, CK? Get some tunes going. We are going to be discussing the number one burning question that will be answered. The burning question. You hear the flames. That'll be answered on divisional round weekend here. And we start with the Bills and the Ravens, 6:30 kickoff on Sunday night. What's the line on this? It moved a little bit. The Bills opened as 1.5-point favorites. I know the Ravens are favorites now. What are we seeing right now, CK?
It's now Ravens -1.
Ravens -1, as it should be. The Ravens who beat the Bills in the regular season, week 4, 35-10. The Ravens who have been peaking at the perfect time. Baltimore enters Buffalo as a road favorite on Sunday night. Let's start with this. The question that's going to be answered on Sunday night, which one of these two guys, I don't care if you think they're the MVP or not, which one of Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen is the better big game quarterback? Oh, we haven't talked about this enough because, of course, Lamar has the better resume and legacy so far, right? The Heisman in college, 2 MVP seasons. He's made it to the championship game last year and fell to Mahomes. Who doesn't lose to Patrick Mahomes? But Josh Allen has clearly had the better statistical resume and the better career winning percentage in the postseason, including a win in 2020 against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, 17-3. So you can say this answer has still yet to be written between these two guys.
Statistically, you look at Josh Allen, and he has not left much to be desired. He has been very good,
Really good
in the playoffs, spectacular in the playoffs. We can go back to 2021 to the divisional round with the Chiefs and Bills, 13 seconds. We can do that all over again, but the fact remains that Josh Allen won the Bills that football game, and just 2 plays took it right out of his hands.
Yeah.
He did kind of slay the dragon. The dragon came out of the grave and came back to life.
Yeah, and that's what happens. That's why it feels like, we talked about this too, when you play Patrick Mahomes from here on forward, really past couple of years included, those losses are excusable.
Yes.
I
That's the
will
word.
not criticize a quarterback for losing to Patrick Mahomes in the postseason. That is that is due cause. Like, you're good. You're fine. We'll get them next year. This game right here for both of these guys, though, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, this is a must-win. I'm not here to debate whether or not which guy needs it more for their legacy. That doesn't matter to me. I want to find out who is the better big-game quarterback. And on Sunday night, we are going to learn that the opposite of what you've been believing to this date is true. Lamar Jackson's going to prove to be the better big-game quarterback in this one on the road. And I believe it's because of the maturity that he's had now in the second year under Todd Monken's offense. This Ravens offensive attack looks unstoppable, and it looks just as good as it was all season long, even without wide receiver one Zay Flowers right now.
I mean, they are historically good, averaging like 5.5, 6 yards per play. They buzzsaw through teams.
So, couple stats from the wild card win over the Steelers. 299 yards on the ground between Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and the rest of the bunch against a team that was top 10 in stopping the run throughout the season, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They pride themselves in being strong in the trenches. You know who else is good at stopping the run? The Buffalo Bills. Slightly behind the Steelers are the Bills at stifling the rushing attack. But this is one of the most unique rushing attacks in the history of the league, when you have the smash and dash, but it's a quarterback and a running back, and also both of them fast as hell. Both of them they could turn on the burners and leave D-backs in the dust. I don't know if the Bills have it in them to be able to stifle this rushing attack enough to also be able to play with that lead that they were able to comfortably do against the Denver Broncos. This game, though it's going to come down to who is the better big game quarterback, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, it's going to matter more which one of those guys can make the stronger plays that are conservative. If you are stuck in an improvisational role, if you have to play on 3rd and long, 2nd and medium, if you're having to scramble around, avoid sacks, sling the ball around, you don't want to be doing that against either one of these opportunistic defenses. You can play around if you want to, Josh Allen, and toss that thing deep into the end zone on 4th and 1, but when it's Kyle Hamilton back there, instead of whoever the hell was covering that running back for the Denver Broncos, it's going to be a totally different story. And I do believe that the way that the Steelers got literally obliterated by the Ravens, that same attack can work. Whereas this is a totally different Ravens defense than we saw even in week 4, when this same Ravens squad played those Bills and beat the hell out of them 35-10. The Ravens are 1-point favorites right now on the road. The first time the Bills have been home dogs in the playoffs since the 60s. 18 straight games they have played at home in the playoffs. They've been favored. First time in literally decades and decades, and I do believe there's a reason for that. We might not be reacting strong enough off of what the Ravens have showed us this year and in the postseason. I like the Ravens to cover, and I do believe this thing might not even be a one-possession game come the end of it. Call me crazy, C-Cat. I'm just going by what I have seen this year and what I believe this Ravens offense could be.
But it feels like Groundhog Day. You know, the only big game Lamar Jackson played in last year was the AFC Championship game. I know it sounds crazy, but they never got tested until that game, and that was against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. And Lamar Jackson didn't help himself that much, but he didn't get a lot of help either.
Yeah.
A lot of drops. It was like Groundhog Day all over again for Lamar Jackson in those big games where, one, they don't let him move around as much. They put a lot of fast guys and smaller guys in the secondary and around and can chase him down, because Lamar Jackson's really fast incredibly fast going up against a middle linebacker. He's a little bit more manageable if you've got safety, strong safety guys that can kind of chase him down.
Yeah.
But what Lamar Jackson can't do anything about, it's out of his control, is if his guys don't catch the freaking ball.
Yeah, man. That's been a story with him a lot.
And you know what? It's not even. And early in his career, it was a story of kind of week in and week out. But later on, his last couple of years, it seems like these receivers get a case of the drops in the worst possible moments. It seems like it just waits the biggest game of the year, then all of a sudden, Rashad Bateman can't catch the football. All of a sudden, Zay Flowers reaches to the goal line and gets the ball punched out at the half-yard line, taking off 7 points to the foot. So there's been a lot of bad luck for Lamar. Maybe the Ravens have made strides between this year and last year. His receivers got to carry their weight too.
They do. They do, and you're expecting this to be a shootout, right? You're expecting this to be tit for tat. This is the 7th time in NFL history, just the 7th time that two offenses averaging 30 points per game are going to show down in the postseason. And I do believe there are very few answers to stop either side of the ball. As unreliable as Ravens pass catchers have been over the past few years, this is a very reliable Bills pass catching unit between Kincaid, Shakur, Amari Cooper, and even James Cook. He's been the best pass catching back out of the backfield all season long for Josh Allen. That offensive line the Bills have has been demonstratively better than most units they go up against. They were able to bully the Broncos. I can see why there is an assumption that this game right here could toe in the favor of the Bills if they get things rolling at home, but I just do not see a way in which that Bills defense is going to be able to contain not just the rushing attack, but the ability for Lamar Jackson to get out, escape sacks, and push the ball down the field when needed. You're right. If drops happen, drops happen. But are you really going to be contingent on hoping guys drop footballs if you're the Bills? Or are you going to – I just don't – it doesn't feel – that feels like the only flaw in this Ravens offense is unsteady hands by the receivers.
Hey, but you said it, man, how the Bills bullied their way over the Broncos. You look at the time of possession in that game, it was ridiculous.
41 minutes, I think, the Bills had the ball. Ugh.
If the Bills can do that to the Ravens, you find the Ravens in trouble. It's a simple game of keep away is going back to the basics in football strategy, running the ball. Like running the ball and keeping the football out of the playmakers' hands, because the Bills have an opportunity to do just that.
They can, but the difference is that Ravens front seven a lot stronger than what the Broncos present when it comes to stopping the run. That's what the Ravens have historically been good at, especially under Harbaugh. Madubuike, the defensive tackle up front. Roquan Smith, one of the best run-stopping linebackers, and he also can be good in pass coverage as well. I don't see a way in which that is the way that they get beat. It's going to be Josh Allen on those 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts that are going to be able to create plays for the Bills. But how much of a steady diet can you live on that with? My favorite player projection, though, right now to go with is Lamar Jackson's rushing stats in this one. Have you seen on Prize Picks the numbers that they have for Lamar Jackson?
Haven't peeked at it yet.
54.5 rushing yards is the player projection for stats on Lamar Jackson, and 9.5 rush attempts. He had 14 rushing attempts against the Steelers, excluding the kneel downs at the end of the game. 14. Let's not forget, when Lamar and the Ravens lost to the Eagles 24-19 about 5-6 weeks ago, and he got cussed out by his mama. A lot of that was, hey, what the hell are you doing trying to trust these dudes with the ball when you're the baddest man on earth? You need to take off with it more. You need to put the ball in your hands, and you need to take control of your own destiny. Talking about being a better big game quarterback, it's going to be about which one of these two guys, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, decide to take fate into their own hands. And ever since Lamar Jackson's mama cussed him out, Ravens have been, 5-0?
Yeah.
Lamar's been running for his life in a good way, not a bad way. It's not like he's been running around with no direction. He's been pushing the ball forward, moving the sticks, and this Ravens offense has become just a steamrolling presence. I believe we'll see the same thing even on the road. And I also think there is a lot right here between the ears with Lamar Jackson that is totally different from the things in the past. People talk about his playoff miscues from years past as if this is the same dude. A lot of this, you talk about the Titans loss, come on, that was like his first year starting. You talk about the Bills loss, like, sure, those were years and years ago. I do believe that Todd Monken's not going to be a fool and forget to use his running back this game. And I also believe that Lamar Jackson's not going to be a fool and let the game not be in his hands.
It's a great point because it's been well documented Josh Allen's progression as a quarterback, where he was just coming into games on fire, make the dumbest play you've ever seen, and make one of the greatest plays you've ever seen in the same drive against the Texans in the wild card round. It has not been as documented, the progression that Lamar Jackson has had since he has entered the league, because Lamar kind of, showed his worst qualities in the worst moment and didn't show his flaws throughout the season.
Yeah.
And all you remember is that last taste in your mouth from Lamar Jackson in the Titans loss, in the Chargers loss, in the Bills loss.
Yeah.
You don't remember everything he did before that.
So glorious. People talk about the play of the year. That play he made where he stiff-armed the Bengals' Sam Hubbard, the pass rusher, stiff-armed him and found likely in the end zone. Those are the kind of things you cannot replicate. When John Harbaugh before the season said, I see a vision in which Lamar Jackson could be the greatest football player of all time, it's that kind of stuff he was talking about. Mahomes can't do that. Josh Allen can't do that. The speed in which he is able to run, the control. Lamar Jackson can dictate the flow of a game better than any single player, including Mahomes, including Josh Allen, because of the versatility in which he's able to attack you with. That dude, if he keeps it in his own hand, he is the most dangerous man in football, and he's going to prove it on Sunday. I think he's also a vengeance. He is sick and tired of all the narratives that have been driven about him, and I think the Ravens have also built the perfect ecosystem around him for him to elevate to that. There's going to be a big question. Is wide receiver one, Zay Flowers, going to be available? That's going to be a question. We'll go over his injury update a little later on in the show, but I'm picking the Ravens, not just to win and cover. I'm picking the Ravens here in this one, C-Cat, and I feel almost as comfortable about this pick as any other one that I'm making in the divisional round. It feels silly to say because this is the pick 'em. This is the closest line. There's a reason why the Ravens destroyed them in week 4. There's a reason why, even after this defense has gotten increasingly better over the back end of the year, that Lamar has felt like he's probably had to do less in some of these games. This is going to be a showdown. It's going to go in favor of the flock, man.
The thing that gives me pause is I can't help but remember how the Ravens abandoned the run when things got tough against the Chiefs in the second half of the AFC Championship game last year. You're facing an opponent with similar prestige and similar reason to be afraid of. And if the Ravens clam up and think, okay, we got to get points in bunches. If we get stuffed on 1st and 10 on a run, now it's automatic pass. All of a sudden you took about 55 seconds off the clock in that drive, and you're giving the football back to the Bills, who we saw dominate the time of possession. That's what I'm afraid of. That is how the Ravens lose the game.
And you know who needs to keep Todd Monken in check? John Harbaugh, Lamar Jackson, and Derrick Henry. After every single play, they need to damn near put a sticker on his clipboard. Run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. Because that's how you threaten people. And that's not a criticism of even Lamar Jackson's ability to be a drop-back passer. Josh Allen does the same damn thing. They didn't push the ball down the field against the Broncos until the second half when the game was clearly all the way in their favor. That offense started super slow by design. You don't want to put the football in harm's way. You want to inch and grind them to a salt. Just a little bit of grain of salt. You grind them down, and that's when you're able to really put your pedal to the metal here. That's how the Ravens were able to destroy the Bills in week 4. That same game plan similarly can work here in the divisional round. This line is a tasty one. I might even boost it up a little bit. What's the opposite of a teaser? I might do that to it.
Alternate line.
Yeah, I want the alt line on this one.
I will say, though, the big difference, and I'm not breaking news when I say this, between this year's Ravens team and last year's Ravens team is who the guy Lamar is handing the ball off to in Derrick Henry.
Come on.
Where if it's Gus Edwards back there and he gets stuffed at the line, it's no gain. When you have Derrick Henry back there, a no gain turns into a 3-yard gain, which is a whole lot more manageable, and you can stomach running the football on 2nd and 7. You might get afraid of doing that on 2nd and 10.
You will. You're never afraid of turning around and giving the ball to Derrick Henry, though. 22 is an absolute beast. Make your pick. My pick is clearly the Ravens. You're a Ravens fan, but I know you don't want to have to do this publicly. It's early in the week. Who you rolling with? Who do you feel more confident in going into Sunday?
Who am I going to wake up on Monday and think, okay, it's X team in the AFC Championship game? You'll have to wait till Friday. How about that?
We'll wait. How about y'all make your pick? Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. Are you a coward like C-Cat, or are you confident like me? Who wins in literally, this is the entree, the main entree of the weekend. Bills, Ravens in Buffalo, Orchard Park. The Bills, a 1-point dog at home. And Lamar Jackson and the Ravens coming in with a vengeance, coming off of what happened last year. Who wins the game? I think it's clearly the Ravens. I believe Lamar Jackson is going to prove himself to be the better big game quarterback on Sunday. That's where the MVP should be decided. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776, 888-760-3776. That's the number to tap into Theoretically Speaking. Pull up on us. The Baptist Health Hotline. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. You know what? Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more about visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. The Ravens are going to be all over the Bills on Sunday, but the widest margin of victory might come in the first game of the divisional round weekend in the NFL, and that is the Chiefs and the Texans and the 4:30 kickoff. We're going to discuss that game plus the rest of the divisional round, and we'll keep on taking you guys' answers to the burning questions of who is going to come out victorious, who's going to come out on top as we continue on a Wednesday here on Theoretically Speaking. Right on the other side, we have a special guest, Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. He's going to give us some of his hot football takes, and I got to pick his brain about the new Patriots head coaching hire. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that wants to learn more about careers with Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
The 2025 Land Rover Discovery is here, ready to take you wherever adventure leads. Lease the Discovery for just $829 a month for 36 months, with $69.95 due at signing, or finance at 2.9% APR for 60 months. Luxury, capability, and style combined in one powerful SUV. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach in person or online at landroverpalmbeach.com. Offer ends soon.
ESPN 106.3, playing hits from the 80s, 90s, and today.
How's everybody feeling?
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. If you're hearing 80s music on ESPN West Palm, congrats. You're living in the best accidental mashup ever. So let's take a sports break and vibe out. Just don't blame me if this gets stuck in your head.
Nah. I hear the drums echoing tonight, and she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation.
Your golf tip of the day is presented by the Club at Lost Lake in Hope Sound. Putting greens are hard to read. With the endless hills and valleys, your putt could go anywhere. To train your eye to read greens, try this drill. Place a tee in the ground to the right or left of the hole, where you think the slope will affect the ball enough for it to roll into the hole. Next, practice a smooth, repeating pendulum putting stroke that rolls the ball consistently and avoids any side spin. If the ball misses the hole, adjust the tee to mark the correct line. Once you find the perfect line, make 10 putts in a row on that path to solidify your feel and confidence. For an even better challenge, repeat this drill from multiple angles around the hole. Over time, you'll train your eyes to detect subtle slopes and adjust accordingly. With regular practice, your putting will become more precise and your number of putts per round will decrease. Mastering this drill can take your putting to the next level and help you dominate the greens. For more on memberships, visit theclub@lostlake.com.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. Tonight, the Miami Heat wrap up their West Coast trip with a stop in LA. It's the Heat and the Lakers live from the Crypto.com arena at 9:30. Stay up all night with us on ESPN 106.3.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com, pbhnphysiciangroup.com to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
This is ESPN 106.3, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Find official rules for all your favorite ESPN West Palm contests by visiting ESPNWestPalmContests.com. That's ESPNWestPalmContests.com. You're listening to ESPN 106.3, the ESPN app, and streaming on your smart speaker.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
I will say this, man. If you're going to be, if you're thinking about writing a book, if you're an author of a book, if you have a book already out there and you want to generate some sales, there might be no better ROI, return on investment, than getting an NFL superstar to read your book on the sidelines in the middle of a playoff game. Have you seen the numbers on this? A.J. Brown, who got caught, the receiver for the Eagles, reading Inner Excellence during the Eagles playoff game this past wildcard weekend, that book, Inner Excellence, the profits are up over 53 million% on Amazon. I don't know what the numbers are and how much the author is going to be making or how much more of a millionaire that guy is going to be or gal. I don't know much about the book at all. What I do know is I found my strategy. I know what I'll do. Imagine if LeBron was reading your book, just the first page like he always does, in the middle of a finals game on the sideline.
It seems like a solid plan. We've got a network. We got to get out there.
You have to be the second person to do it because if you get 3 or 4 more copycats down the line, it's going to get old. So that's the new way of marketing. You're welcome. That comes to you via Theoretically Speaking, Theo Dorsey. You can thank me. I'll take 1%. Joining us here on Theoretically Speaking now is our friend from Unsportsmanlike, Evan Cohen. His name is on the studios here, so this is like his second home. And if I were to write a book, Evan, would you read it in the middle of an Unsportsmanlike segment to give me some bank?
Well, I did this on Monday.
Well, not with my
book,
yeah.
No, not with your book. But, Theo, all you're actually doing is confirming what all of the great people out there in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast and all the great businesses that associate with Theoretically Speaking, the power of an endorsement.
Yeah.
That when your name is behind their brand, just like A.J. Brown behind this book, that's how you're supposed to market and advertise. That you get someone of significance like Theo Dorsey and a brand of significance like all the wonderful brands in and around Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. That's how the endorsement works.
Right.
So, yeah, all those people that are listening that have businesses that are thinking, that's a good idea. How do I do it? 888-760-3776. Call CCAT, and CCAT will get you in touch. Because, you can't speak to Theo directly.
Yeah, I was about to say, come on.
Now, you got to go through his people on that one.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't get.
How you get it done.
As long as you go through CCAT, we're fine. You try to hit me up direct, it's a little tough. But Evan, remember when you introduced me to Duffy's, and then I was able to tell the good people about Duffy's out here. It's no more magical moment, man. 80 or more televisions, the 2-for-1 drinks. I know you don't get the alcoholic ones, but it still is a great value.
No, but I've eaten more probably than anybody in Palm Beach County at Duffy's. Yeah. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I was about to say, the Duffy Sports Grill, it will hit the appetizers, the entrees, the award-winning burgers, the award-winning wings, and that wasn't even me just telling you because they want me to tell you. That was me because I'm reminiscing on the last time I stepped foot in a Duffy's. Evan, you are obviously in the know around the ESPN offices. Before we get into NFL talk, did you see what took place on First Take regarding the other show, Russo and Rizzo, 4 to 6?
I did. Boy, this was a fascinating turn of events and chain of. This was just a fascinating thing altogether. That Christopher Mad Dog Russo, who I've known and idolized in this industry for a long time, I've worked for him for 12 years at Mad Dog Sports Radio, in addition to obviously working at ESPN West Palm before I got to ESPN Radio nationally. That when he's into something, he gets obsessive over that thing, right? And that could be literally anything. It could be reading about wars, obsessing over, rightfully so, Jackie Robinson, right? Which he was obsessed with Jackie Robinson, especially when the movie came out. And then he went nuts that they had one of the batters batting from the wrong side in the movie. And it was disrespectful to Jackie Robinson. Like, so he gets obsessed over these things. And the latest obsession with Timothy Chalamet and the Bob Dylan movie, and then going crazy on First Take that he wasn't at the premiere, and then Chalamet inviting him to London for the premiere, and then Colin Russo, having the guts today to make let's be honest, Theo, you and I were talking about this off the air, we'll bring it on the air, the ignorant decision that he made to go after Stephen A. Smith. By talking about it off the air, this is the first time he's hearing about this from me. But what an ignorant hockey decision by Colin Russo, okay? You and Mike Rizzo today, after Theoretically Speaking, should sit back and be so beyond thankful that you two dopes were mentioned on First Take. To sit there and complain that you're getting dragged through the mud because the greatest of all time, Stephen A., is giving you feedback, the goal of those two is beyond me. But really not. Give Mike a pass. Mike didn't do anything.
Yeah, Mike didn't.
I like when Mike gets dragged down. It's very funny.
Mike will don't do that to Mike. He will get frantic on us. We would have to sit and calm him down. Do not do that to Mike. It was all Colin, and you're right. That is a brave and bold move to do. Less than a year into your show is try and take on the powers that be in Stephen A. Smith. So are you going to help them out at all? Are you going to shield them? What are you going to do? I mean, you also are on their side more than Stephen A.'s side. You have to be.
Well, I am definitely on Stephen A.'s side.
What?
Because I'm going to tell you why I'm on Stephen A.'s side. I'm going to tell you why. It's very simple. If anyone in this industry, is lucky enough to get feedback from Stephen A. Smith, which is what they got today, right? Or not they, Colin. What Colin? I'm not going to say Mike did nothing.
Want me to play the audio that Stephen A. gave him on First? Let's play it. C-Cat, play the audio from First Take this morning as Stephen A. Was trying to criticize one of our guys, Colin Russo, on First Take.
What I'm glad about is that Mad Dog Russo's son called him out.
I felt pumped. What a disgrace. What a disgrace.
This is Colin.
All of the featurettes, all of the trailers, all the news, the articles when the movie came out. Who sent them? Who forwarded that?
Yep. And the problem...
Whose idea was it to get on First Take and to get on your knees and cry for Timothy Chalamet's attention? Colin Russo's idea.
Actually, to Mr. Colin Russo, I would say I was a tad bit disappointed. I was more enthralled with the quote than I was with the video because he was smiling a lot. See, Donkey got attitude. Where's the attitude, Colin?
Yeah.
Where's the attitude? You got to call out your daddy harder than that. You got to call him out harder than that.
So that's Stephen A. criticizing the smile, the conniving smirk on Colin's face as he criticizes Pops. Did you feel the same way about it, Devin?
I don't know why we're missing the biggest part of this. Stephen A. just gave Colin feedback, and he's trying to fight Stephen A. And now I'm stunned by you. I understand. Listen,
I'm in the trenches, dog. Here's the thing.
I'm getting there. Yeah. Don't worry. Theo Dorsey, as a lot of these coaching moves are saying, leader of men, right? Yeah. I understand. You are the veteran now. You are the leader of this team. I get that. I get you are sticking up for one of your guys. But guess what? On January 1st of 2025, I sat at the Seaport in New York.
That's real.
Hosting First Take. And who at about 1:30 that afternoon, on my way home, did I make sure I sent a nice thank you to for giving me that seat?
Colin Russo?
Stephen A. Smith.
Okay.
When Stephen A. Smith talks, you listen. So instead of Colin sitting here fighting back, because I know Colin thinks he invented radio, just ask him. instead of Colin fighting back, you know what, Colin? Don't go and rally the troops. You have Theo now working for you all of a sudden. I don't understand this on your behalf. You know what you do, Colin? You sit back, you nod your head, and you say, yes, sir. Understood, Stephen. I will work on that next time. That's what you do.
That's not in his nature. You know, Colin, you knew that he wasn't going to respond in that way.
Need the friction to start a fire.
Yeah. He was looking for that. He found himself a fight. He's like Scrappy Doo. He's like, who wants it next? That's Colin's style. So I'm not surprised by his response. I will say this.
What side are you on? Because you and I both love Stephen A.
Oh,
now you're taking Colin's side?
No, I am not. I want to make this very clear. I do not.
Yes,
I'm not.
Give your statement.
Yeah, I'm not saying Colin Russo is correct. What I'm saying is I have to defend my guy who I'm in the trenches with 5 days a week here on ESPN 106.3. Though I would have never taken that same approach. See, behind closed doors, me and Colin are going to have that conversation on how to directly address things like this. But publicly, it's us versus them sometimes. So right now it's us versus them. And I'm sorry that you're part of them, Evan. Again, I respect you. I wouldn't come at you. I will say this. My freshman year of college, Stephen A. gave me some advice as well. And I didn't buck back at him. I took it. I rolled with it. And I'm better for it. So
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what's up?
What was the advice? I'm fascinated to now learn this.
So when I met him, he spoke at Hampton University when I was a freshman, and this was when I was getting in my career, and I was a little chesty like Colin Russo was. And I told him after he got done with this big seminar, I said, yo, Stephen A., we're going to be working together someday. We're going to be up there, and I'm going to go after you when we are. And he said, first off, I'll never forget this part. He started off with a first off.
You said that to him?
Yes, I didn't say it as boisterous, I'm sure, as I'm saying it now. I was probably a little nervous and shaky. I just shook his hand. I actually was wearing some fake spectacles. I still have the picture of it. I used to like the way that glasses looked on me. It made me look smarter. But I told him, I said, yo, we're going to be working together someday, and I'm going to come after you. And he said, first off, and then I don't recall exactly what his words were after that because I kind of blacked out, but his message was pretty much, try and be better than me, but you won't. It was in that vein, but not those exact words. So he kind of little broed me, he sunned me, but he also gave me some advice. Do your best, come at me. But he reminded me that it wouldn't be happening. And so far, I don't know if he's right or not, but damn it, I'm trying, Stephen A. And I would never do what Colin did and publicly criticize what he said. I took it to heart. I'm rolling with it.
Yeah, very, very odd decision making by Colin Russo today.
Would never do it.
No.
Evan, are you, of the 4 divisional round games, which one are you most excited for, man? I mean, I feel like they're all the same level of competition, same level of hype around them. Which one are you most excited for?
Lamar versus Josh.
Yeah,
simple
clearly.
as that. That's it. I don't even I'm so nasty in this, and I apologize, but I just am. It's like I'm not even. No, not the Bills versus the Ravens. Lamar versus Josh.
It is,
and I hate that one of them loses and one of them becomes kind of that guy. And I think you know this. Forever, I was anti Josh Allen. He'll never win. He'll never win a Super Bowl. He's so overrated. How dare you put him along with Lamar? Lamar's resume, Boynton Beach's own, is unbelievably better than that of Josh Allen's. One has 2 MVPs. One doesn't. One's going to have 1 this year, but he deserves the 1. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think Lamar may have had a better season, arguably, but I think because Lamar's won 2, Josh Allen now gets this one. I think it was literally
soft?
reversed.
Is that not weak though? Oh, because
but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, Theo. If it was reversed, I think it would be the same thing. So I don't think it's a Lamar versus Josh preference thing. I think it's simply if Josh Allen had 2 MVPs and Lamar had none, Lamar would be the MVP this year. But in general, that's not how it's supposed to go, obviously. But that is how I think it's going to go. But I think these 2 quarterbacks are so awesome and one of them is going to go home early again, and one of them is going to go home early again, not to your guy, Patrick Mahomes. That may not end up being the best game. Maybe on Monday, everybody's, including us, you and I are going to be talking about different games. But going into it, the thought about one of those guys not being alive next week in terms of their team, not like breathing, it is mind-boggling.
That is it kind of stinks because it's going to be looked at as an abject failure. So that means one of the two of those guys has to fail. Even if they have a great game, if the team loses, it is a failure. And it's not right, but it's sports. Like, sports is a zero-sum game. There's winners, there's losers, and there's going to be a long offseason of criticism and how do they retool and how do they bounce back and are they not a big game quarterback? So I'll be participating in that discourse.
I think what you just said, Theo, sorry to interrupt, is just you got me excited on this, is actually perfect. And I'm likely going to use that tomorrow, and I will credit you, obviously.
Thank you.
Between 6 and 10. 6 and 10, and then 10 and 12 also for me tomorrow here on ESPN 106.3. But one of them failed this year as of Sunday night.
Right.
And that's so ridiculous to say. I'm acknowledging that. But I don't know how we could look at this season for the loser and say it was a success. So thus, it's a failure. It's not like school where if I came home with an 85, my parents are like, oh, that's pretty good. Like, how can you do better? This is a pass-fail kind of thing. There's no 85 B or B plus where you're like, all right, you still get into a decent school with a B plus GPA. There's no B plus GPA in this. It's pass or fail.
Unless the loser is Josh Allen and Tony Romo's calling the game.
No, don't do that.
You know it, Evan. Don't be that guy. You know it.
But I'm saying you and I. Right?
I know.
You and I are going to have to do our jobs on Monday. And inevitably, what's going to happen is one of us or both of us will ask the question on our respective shows here on ESPN 106.3, was this season a failure for blank? And inevitably, we're going to have to say yes, because what is left to accomplish for these guys?
You're right.
Allen has MVP and Super Bowl. MVP, he's got it. He's going to win the MVP this year. So, Super Bowl. Lamar is a first-ballot Hall of Famer if he quits today. If he literally says, you know what, I'm not interested in playing football anymore, I don't even want to play on Sunday, he is a first-ballot Hall of Famer. So what left does he have? It's just the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and you're right that we can already predestine, like we can put it in the log right now, that conversation being sparked on Monday, and it doesn't matter which one loses. That is kind of sick to think about. That's sports for you. Before you go, Evan, out of the other three games, is there an upset that you feel like is most likely? The Texans, the Commanders, or those pesky Rams that got done just beating up on the Vikings on Monday Night Football? Which one of those three teams has the best chance to advance against the will of the big dogs?
Okay, so I think the Eagles are going to go to the Super Bowl, and I think that's the best chance of the upset simultaneously. I know that makes absolutely no sense, but let me walk you through that. There's no chance I'm going to pick against the Chiefs. If the Chiefs lose on Saturday, I'm still going to pick them to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right?
Really, though.
I mean,
yeah.
Let's be honest, right? The Commanders, with a rookie QB, are going to beat the Lions in the Lions' first playoff game of the year?
No.
Really?
It can't happen.
There's no such thing as an upset in the Ravens-Bills game. So by default, I almost have to go with Stafford and McVay, who have been to and won a Super Bowl together against the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to win that game, Theo. I don't even know. I don't know how else to answer that.
It's the only answer. You're right. It's the only answer.
The Commanders an answer?
It's either the Commanders or it's the Rams. And if you look at the Rams, at least you can say they have the quarterback and head coach edge, whereas with the Lions, that's still, to be lingered. And the rosters the Lions roster might still be the best in the league, even with all the injuries involved. That team is just so deep and so explosive, man.
Yeah, this is as you're asking this, I popped up ESPN.com. I'm looking at the scores and everything, the scoreboard for the weekend, the schedule, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just don't believe someone that's going to pick the Texans.
No.
I think they would be doing it for show. The Commanders, I need a real reason, and there's there's no upset in the Ravens-Bills. It has to be the Rams, but it's by default. And I don't know. I kind of think the favorites in the first three and then flip a coin in the last one.
Yeah. That's gonna make for a thrilling weekend. So I can't wait to sit back and enjoy that one. Evan, appreciate your time. We look forward to hearing you on Unsportsmanlike tomorrow morning. And if you don't credit me for that one, I'm gonna come at you the same way Colin came at Stephen A. Them's the rules.
Let me ask you a quick question. Have I ever, in the years of knowing you, ever not credited you, which is your point?
You haven't. You're right. You haven't.
I mention you all the time on our show.
You're right. You haven't, because I've had buddies hit me up like, yo, the Evan guy on the show just said your name. It's happened, so I will give you credit. You are not the type to have a ghostwriter to steal it and not give credit. So I appreciate you for doing that. But again,
wow, why you got to take shots at 40 with Drake? I can't believe that.
I was just saying, sometimes Quincy Miller just pulls up and puts the pen to paper, and big wigs like you, the big dogs that set the table for sports talk, you put your face to it and everybody believes Evan Cohen. So I'm looking forward to our shout out tomorrow morning.
All right. I will do my best.
Yeah, that is Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. Appreciate you, man. We'll catch up to you soon. He is on the Baptist Health Hotline, pulling up on us per usual in the Wednesday slot. C-Cat, as he closes out the line there with Evan here, I want to tell you all about a campus that's near and dear to my heart, and it's because they are near and dear to a lot of championship trophies, a lot of championship banners. The Kaiser Seahawks, they get it done year in and year out, semester in and semester out, no matter the sport, no matter the playing field. KUSeahawks.com. KUSeahawks.com. That's where you want to tap in at to get the latest on Kaiser athletics. Now, of course, I've told you all about the wonders of the Kaiser Golf Coaching Center. That golf coaching center with the putting green, the driving range, all of that is right outside of the football stadium where they just won an NAIA championship last year. They were in the finals this year. They've got women's swimming and diving championships, men's lacrosse. I mean, you name the sport, I'll tell you what year they won a title. How about that? We can play that game. 22 national championships amongst their programs. C-Cat, don't start doing that. Not right now. I'm in the middle of something. KUSeahawks.com. Tap in with them. Check out their schedules. Check out the latest on the Kaiser Seahawks athletics program. KUSeahawks.com.
What do you think I was going to do?
I thought you were going to try and actually quiz me on that.
No.
I thought you were going to be like 2016, what they win. I'm like, hold on, man.
No, believe it or not, I was not paying attention to you the last 30 seconds. Yeah.
C-Cat.
I was occupied. I was doing the other half of my job.
What's the other half of your job? I thought you were
making
just here to
sure
chop
that we're
it up.
on the air.
Yeah. Well, part of your job, too, not just making sure we're on the air, giving the people something to think about before we get to the other side.
Let's play along at home, in your car, wherever you may be, watching on YouTube, listening on ESPN 106.3 on the free app or on your smart speaker by saying play ESPN West Palm. Let's do it because it's his birthday today.
Yes.
Can you name which quarterback I'm talking about?
Is that the trivia question?
No, I'm going to give you some credentials.
Okay, I was about to say. It's his birthday today.
He has the most consecutive games with a touchdown pass with 54. He has a career 67.7 completion percentage.
Wow.
He's a Super Bowl champion and an MVP. He's in the Hall of Fame. Can you tell me what quarterback I'm talking about who is celebrating his birthday today? I will not tell you how old he is.
Okay, the MVP, a Super Bowl championship, and he had 54, you said, straight with a touchdown pass?
Uh-huh.
MVP Super. So that rules out Drew Brees. It was not an MVP. Okay, I'll give you the answer on the other side.
Super Bowl
He's a Super
MVP.
Bowl MVP championship.
Yeah.
Or a Super Bowl MVP, but not an MVP in the regular season. Okay. On the other side, I'll give you our answer. That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Good people, it's Theo Dorsey. 2025 is here, which means spring training at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium is approaching fast. Catch the St. Louis Cardinals and Miami Marlins in Jupiter for 30 games in 30 days from February 22nd to March 23rd. Tickets, mini plans, groups, birthdays, VIP experiences, all on sale now. Purchase your spring training experience at RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com or stop by the ticket office today. We can't wait to see you at the ballpark.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. As you have likely seen and heard, law firm advertising is at an all-time high. Attorney ads seem to be part of every radio and TV commercial segment. Some firms are even using paid actors and actresses to speak for them. At Smith Ball Baez and Prather, we know that the decision to hire a law firm should never be based on advertisements alone. It is our past results and many positive 5-star reviews that we encourage you to read at smithball.com to learn more about our law firm. We have board-certified lawyers. We have lawyers listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. But most importantly, we have experienced lawyers located right here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that are ready to be your advocate and your voice, and fully prepared to start fighting for your legal rights today. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
The 2025 Defender 110 is here. Rugged, stylish, and ready for any adventure. And now you can drive home the Defender with 3.9% APR for 48 months. For well-qualified buyers, that's as low as $22.53 a month per thousand financed. Whether you're tackling the trails or cruising city streets, the Defender delivers. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach or head to LandRoverPalmBeach.com for more information.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees in the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 20 national championships, including the 2024 Women's Swimming and Diving Championship and 2023 football, lacrosse, and men's swimming and diving titles. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
If you are able, please, please, please help the affected people by the California wildfires right here in 2025. Just donate at redcross.org/ESPN. That's redcross.org/ESPN. That can help out. And what are you helping out? Well, you're going to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover. Nothing more important than us coming together in a time of need for communities, even if we don't have ties. Even if you don't have ties to the area, if you can help, again, redcross.org/ESPN. I hope y'all are ready for an immaculate football weekend. And if you want a place to spend that weekend, might I add Duffy's Sports Grill. Evan Cohen and I were just talking about it. That is the place to go. Every Duffy's location has 80 or more televisions. They've also got the 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And think about these gridiron starters, these options that they have for you now, the house-made fried pickles, the smoked fish dip, the gridiron nachos, crispy fried green beans, the loaded and barbecue pig skins. I mean, there's so many options like that, the delicacies to start with, and then you have the award-winning burgers, you have the jumbo wings, and the many different entrees. Duffy's Sports Grill, that's the place to hang out. That's the place to go. You can watch so many different games and activities on all the TVs, plus the 2-for-1 drinks. Plus, if you're an MVP, you can track your rewards. Go to Duffy'sMVP.com. That's Duffy'sMVP.com. At Duffy's, our game is always on. Oh, man.
All right, Theo, so did you have time to think about it?
Nah. I didn't. We were small talking through the break, so this is tough for me. But you want me to answer the quarterback whose birthday is today, and he also has a lot of accolades. What are those accolades again?
So it's his birthday today on this January 15th.
All
he
right.
has a career 67.7 completion percentage, which is
pretty good.
Good.
That's going to keep him in modern era. That's not going to be anything before the 80s.
He's a Super Bowl champion and a Super Bowl MVP. And he holds the record for the most consecutive games with a touchdown pass with 54, celebrating his birthday today.
All right, so I'm ruling out anybody that played before the 80s, really the 90s too. So to me, there's two major candidates. There's Drew Brees, there's Russell Wilson. I cannot remember for the life of me if Russell Wilson or Drew Brees got the Super Bowl MVPs. Like, it just doesn't matter to me in that way. There were more pivotal people in both of those playoff runs than both of those quarterbacks. And the fact that this person has no regular season MVPs, I feel like it's got to be one of them two. It wouldn't be a Joe Flacco type. I'm trying to think of like a one-off quarterback. What's the zodiac sign for January?
No idea. Pisces. We'll run with that.
Yeah, all right. So who's the most likely quarterback to be a Pisces? What do Pisces do? I don't know. I'm going to go with Danger Russ. Let's go Russell Wilson. Was it Drew Brees?
It was Drew Brees. Welcome him to the show. Virtually just a picture of him on the YouTube stream brought to you by Prize Peaks. Yes. Happy 46th birthday, Drew Brees. Cool. Drew Brees. 287 games. I read you how
I should have known
efficient
it was Drew
he
Brees.
was.
Russell Wilson, 54 straight games with a passing touchdown. There's no way in hell.
Not with Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. They won games without that.
That was stupid.
And I think I only remember who won the Super Bowl MVP in the Seahawks Super Bowl win because it was a linebacker. I think it was Malcolm Smith or Malcolm.
No, you're thinking Malcolm Butler. Oh, you're right. It was. You're right.
Like, he was the most nondescript Super Bowl MVP that I've ever heard of.
They whooped their ass.
Also, Drew Brees, most career 5,000-yard passing seasons with 5 of them, and he has the highest completion percentage in a single season among qualifiers, 74.4% one season for Drew Brees.
That was so clearly Drew Brees. The high completion percentage, the Super Bowl MVP, and also, Tina's in the house right in the midst of trivia. Just like we said, you pop right in at 3 o'clock. So she came in just in time for the happy hour and just in time for me I was going to start to slander Drew Brees for the lack of production after all of that. But, hey, he was a very, very competent quarterback.
He deserved a Super Bowl berth, though, against the Rams. That was garbage.
I know, he did.
That was the worst call that I've ever seen in an NFL football game.
Yeah, that was bad. But you know what? I'm never going to cry for the Saints fans of the world. I know too many of them in my life, too many New Orleans people.
Yeah, what hardship has they ever gone through? Yeah, why would you ever cry for New Orleans
Saints
people?
Fans?
Yeah.
Saints fans or New Orleans people? Because that's, I know it's the
They're
same.
both the same people.
Well, I can address one without addressing the other. You know what I'm saying? As in, like, I don't like your Saints fandom, your New Orleans heritage. I mean, that's my roots. So, it's a lot of love there. Don't try to get me in trouble. Please don't.
Go to the Blender, the Smoothie Center, and watch a Pelicans game instead.
The Blender.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they be calling it?
Uh-huh.
The Blender? I like
Kinda
that.
cool,
actually.
though.
I actually love that. The Smoothie King Center, I love that. The Blender. Yeah, a good smoothie hits right. Before we go to the other side here and hit the happy hour and get our cocktail of the day from Tina, you can turn your mic on, Tina. Talk to the people. Let them know you're here.
I don't think. Oh, now it's on.
Of course you're on.
It wasn't
Yeah.
on just a second ago, but I told you at 3 o'clock I'm going to barge in.
Are you a fan
I
of
ran in here.
Are you a fan of Drew Brees because he's a short king and you're short? You're a short queen?
I don't like the saying short king,
What do you like?
but I like Drew Brees.
What do you like? Height
I would
deficient?
never say short king. You will never hear me
You
call
just said it.
a male that.
Demeaning, patronizing.
I
If a
don't
guy
like
calls
it.
himself a short king, you wouldn't call him that then?
No.
It's self-deprecating.
I don't like it.
Is it?
Yes.
Like, you can call yourself it, sure. If you like it, that's great. I will just never refer to someone
Do you-
as that.
Do you consider yourself a short queen?
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5 foot.
Remember, like some days you're 5'1", right?
Yeah, I think my license says I'm 5'1".
She picks and chooses in the morning. I want to tell you, though, before we go to the break, EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Can I tell them about EDS? Because EDS is yes. EDS is yes.com. If your place needs help with the plumbing, if your place needs help with air conditioning, they can help you with all of it. They are your trusted AC experts in Palm Beach County. They've been keeping you cool since 2006 in this area. They've been keeping me cool for a little over 2 years at this point. I've been a Gold Plan member. I still remember the day that my air conditioning unit crashed on me. It was late. I made a call. EDSisyes.com. That's what you can do. You plug it into your website and get them on. They have 24/7 support. Not only did they come and do an emergency repair on my system and get it back going that night and save me from a hellish summer, they also got me signed up for the Gold Plan, and I've never had a major issue like that again, because if I do, I just call them up and they pull up and it's timely service. 24/7 support. You can book them online. Get them to come and check out your air quality as well. EDSisyes.com. They are the ones. 4.8 star Google rating with over 760 reviews. EDSIsYes.com. The happy hour on the other side. Tina barged in like the Kool-Aid man. That's C-Cat. He's optimistic about his Ravens, but trepidatious at the same time. I'm Theo Dorsey. I'm telling you right now, Lamar Jackson's going to have a kingmaker game. Theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Hi, it's Luis Fonsi. What makes a performer truly legendary? How about being the #1 bestseller for 47 straight years? That's what Ford F-Series trucks have done every year since 1976. For generations, hard-working South Floridians have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, and families. A legacy of capability and technology. Ford trucks, perfect for South Florida. See your local Ford dealer today.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. Tonight, the Miami Heat wrap up their West Coast trip with a stop in LA. It's the Heat and the Lakers live from the Crypto.com arena at 9:30. Stay up all night with us on ESPN 106.3.
Hey, golf fans, Colin Russo here. Looking to improve your game? Flagstick Golf Performance, the ultimate indoor golf experience, is now open in Boynton Beach. With 3 indoor simulators and a state-of-the-art putting studio, Flagstick helps players at all levels up their game. Get lessons from experts, try the latest clubs, or just come up for a round on the simulators. You can track your stats and see real improvement. Flagstick is where serious golfers and beginners find their edge. Bring your friends or family and enjoy golf like never before. Visit flagstickgolfperformance.com to book your session.
Mike Rizzo here from Russo and Rizzo. This is the Sports Business Minute presented by the FAU MBA in Sport Management Program. Mike Vrabel, the prodigal son, returning to New England. Gerard Mayo got relinquished of his head coaching duties last week after only being the head coach for the Patriots for 1 year. He was the quote-unquote heir apparent after Bill Belichick. Well, what I think happened was Vrabel became available late last year, and the Patriots already made their bed with Gerard Mayo. Vrabel's still available. They fire Mayo, and now here we are. There are whispers that Vrabel will be making north of about $17 million with the New England Patriots. This is the Sports Business Minute presented by the FAU MBA in Sport Management Program. Accelerate your career in sports with the program committed to developing top-notch executives and managers with a focus on the job placement for students and graduates. The FAU MBA in Sport Management Program.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
It's the Good Greek Spiro. For the best move ever, go to goodgreek.com.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Is your car stuck in the past? Is it still, lacking excitement? Time for a change? Hello 2025 Discovery Sport. With sleek design, incredible performance, and, wait for it, 3.9% APR for 48 months. Yes, you could be driving this beauty for as low as $22.53 a month per 1,000 financed. That's practically a steal. Don't let your old ride make you feel like a dinosaur. Get into a Discovery Sport today and feel like you're driving the future. Only at Land Rover Palm Beach.
ESPN 106.3, playing hits from the 80s, 90s, and today.
You know what the hits are.
It's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. Sure, this is ESPN West Palm, but who says sports fans can't enjoy some 80s classics?
Anywhere I want, anytime.
Here's a quick track to take you back. That it's all sports. All day. Well, mostly sports.
That whole good party vibe.
On ESPN 106.3. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people.
Do we have a surprise for you here in the happy hour of Theoretically Speaking? I hope you are tapped in. I hope you are on the YouTube Prize Pick stream. I hope that you keep your smart speaker, play ESPN 106.3. That's all you have to tell it. Keep your smart speaker aligned to these airwaves because we have the one and the only, the Stephen A. Smith himself from First Take coming on at 5, scheduled to appear at 5 p.m. on Russo and Rizzo to directly address Colin Russo, who called him out, who rebutted the great Stephen A. Smith. How dare he utter Stephen A.'s name? That's what Evan Cohen said from Unsportsmanlike. He says, you do never come for the man sitting in the throne. And we're going to see what Stephen A. has to say. What you see right now on the Prize Pick stream is the first time I met Stephen A. Smith as a freshman in college. Yes, that is. I know I look super young. I used to wear those faux glasses. Those are those lenses, not prescription at all.
10 years ago?
Very corny of me. No, this was more than 10 years. It's like 13, 14 years ago.
Wow.
That was my freshman year of college, and I don't know what the hell that yellow shoal type thing is over my shoulder. This was not a graduation.
Oh, is it honors?
This is not an honors thing.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell I had draped over my shoulder.
Was it fashion? You think it was for fashion?
Maybe. I think I just was trying to look as I had such a baby face in college.
Is that like a scarf?
Maybe it's a scarf. It is a scarf. You know what? It was cold. I was in Hampton, Virginia, Hampton University, and Stephen A. Smith, who was also an HBCU graduate, Winston-Salem State, he pulled up at Hampton. He did a big speech, and in Stephen A. fashion, he was a lot, and he talked a lot. He overtalked his time. Afterwards, he was kind enough to take a picture and offer me some words of advice. And yes, I did things to make myself look older and more mature so I could be respected. I was trying to be on TV. So it worked out.
I don't know. That kind of looks like the actor that plays Everybody Hates Chris. That's kind of the look that you were sporting there. I'm kind of getting that. He's in Abbott Elementary right now. But
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think Chris James or something. Chris James. I don't know the dude's name. But yeah, I know who you're talking about. The main character in Everybody Hates Chris, who portrays Chris Rock, who now is like the love interest in Abbott Elementary. I also, even last night at TGL CCAT, and I'd welcome Tina. Welcome Espresso Martina to the happy hour.
Thank you for
having me.
Here on
Theoretically Speaking. We're going to get your cocktail of the day in a moment here.
Nice.
And if you're just tuning in again, Stephen A. Smith scheduled to appear at 5 p.m., Russo and Rizzo following this show to address Colin, taking him head on. I was told last night at TGL something I haven't been told in like over a year or so. A security guard there, as I was going back into the media center to do our interview with the Jupiter Lynx, Tiger Woods was getting ready to come in and deliver some statements along with his losing Jupiter Lynx team. Security guard stopped me, said, "Hey, yo." He had it up on his phone, so I know it's been festering throughout the night. This is like my 15th time walking past here. Has it up on his phone. Said, "Hey, yo, anybody ever told you look like this guy?" Raises his phone up, and it's a picture of Steve Urkel.
Oh,
and Jaleel
no.
White. Yeah. He gave me but to be honest with you, and I will say this, admittingly, there have been times in the past I've been scrolling Twitter, and I'll see a picture of Jaleel White, not in the character of Urkel, but just Jaleel White in a mature form. And for a splash second, I will think it's me. Have you ever is there any, I'm so serious, I don't even mean this facetiously, it's not a joke. I don't even take it as a knock. I have a
I guess we did.
Yeah, I know. Because y'all are thinking of
When
it
you
as
say Steve Urkel.
Steve Urkel.
Yeah, you said Urkel, not Jaleel White.
Stefan Urkel. He had the picture of, you know how, he had the picture of Stefan Urkel next to Steve Urkel. I said Steve Urkel so most people would know who the hell I was talking about. But yeah, it's Jaleel White, and I've gotten that throughout it's the eyes. It's a little bit of the eyes. It's the definition. It's my ears a little bit, the facial structure stuff. I see it.
I've never had that. I don't know of
Trevor Lawrence.
No.
I'm kidding.
I've never passed Trevor Lawrence's picture. Yes. Like, is that me?
Wait, what am I doing there on the football field?
Yeah. No, never.
11's wide open. I should throw it to him. So
Never
that's never happened to you. CCAT, have you ever had, do you have a celebrity doppelganger at all?
Been told I look like a certain wrestler in AEW called Wheeler Yuta by someone around here.
Wheeler Yuta. I have to look this one up.
He's a little bit more Asian American than I am because I'm not Asian American.
So he's a lot more Asian American than you are. Wheeler, that's how that would work. Wheeler Yuta. What the hell, man? He doesn't even have a beard. Oh, he does have a beard in this picture.
Yeah, but like it's really not that famous of a person. No one.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I can kind of see. Yeah, right here. If he was wearing a hat in this picture specifically, I just pulled up. If Wheeler Yuta was wearing a hat too, and maybe a Hawaiian shirt, yeah, that's you.
All right, cool.
I can see it.
No one on the radio or on the YouTube stream
I know
can
it's
know what you're
nothing I
talking
can do.
about.
What do you want to do about that? I can't control the stream. Look up Will or Yuta. I can't tell you how to spell his last name either. What I can tell you is I am extremely excited for what this divisional round is going to bring us in the NFL. This is going to be a powerful weekend. I remember still my favorite divisional round weekend of my football viewing career, if you want to call it that, my football viewing career, had to have been the Cooper Cup down the seam, Rams versus Bucks. It was the Aaron Rodgers only scoring, 6 points against the Niners at home or 10 points? Was that the same year's 13 seconds?
Yes, it was.
That was 13
2021.
seconds. And it was, what was the other game?
Raiders-Bengals.
Raiders-Bengals.
That game went down to the wire.
Was it Raiders-Bengals or was it Bengals-Titans? I think it was Bengals-Titans where Tannehill pulled the trifecta. He started the game with an interception. I believe it was either 3 pick sixes or 3 interceptions. Started the game with an interception, started the second half with an interception, and finished the game with an interception. He literally gift-wrapped a playoff win to Joe Burrow, and that started the Burrow lore. So that was the best ever in my football viewing lifetime. That was the best ever divisional round in the NFL. I'm hoping this weekend delivers as well. We start with Texans at Chiefs. We close with Ravens at Bills. And I do believe we're going to have a lot of great highlights and storylines that come out of all of that. Before we get into some football action, I do want to remind you all that there are people suffering right now that you can be beneficial to. If you're able, please help the people affected by the California wildfires in 2025. Donate at redcross.org/ESPN. redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover. That is important. That cannot be undermined at all. Even the LA Golf Club, after their win over the Jupiter Lynx last night at TGL, Tina, you were in the house.
I was.
They spoke deeply on that, and they talked about how inspired they were. They were like, we could not lose on behalf of the city of LA, especially after what the Rams did on Monday night. They wanted to continue that wave of excellence going for the city right now as they are continuing to look for help. So if you can help, donate. Everybody is working unified to get things going. Did you get any drinks up at TGL last night? I was working media, so I didn't. Were you able to vibe out a little bit?
I did not. I decided to have no drinks last night.
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. You didn't get any drinks. The Jupiter Lynx didn't bring their game at all either. So everybody was lacking what they're typically known to be able to get in the vibe of. But you're bringing the cocktail of the day to Theoretically Speaking today, right?
Yes, I am. And it's related to LA. The LA Rams winning on Monday. LA Golf Club winning last night. It is the Los Angeles cocktail.
Hey.
And I want to read the specific ingredients of it.
Yeah.
Botox.
No.
Ozempic, bro.
Don't hate on Botox.
Botox is a South Florida thing, bro.
Really?
Yeah. I would say Botox is probably equally LA to South Florida. I feel like their thing out there is more of the weight loss stuff, like the Ozempics and things too.
All right.
You know?
Yeah.
Lipo.
So the Los Angeles cocktail is 1 to 1.5 ounces of straight whiskey, 1 teaspoon of super fine sugar, 1 egg, and 1/2 teaspoon of Italian vermouth.
Wait, they add the whole egg in there?
The whole
Not the
egg.
egg white?
It just says 1 egg.
Oh.
The yolk included?
Yes.
It's like some screwed up.
Are you sure, though? Like, look at the actual...
I swear, it looks like very...
Is it yellowy?
Yes.
Ooh.
You pour it, make an omelet out of it? That's disgusting.
It looks like an omelet in a drink.
Oh.
You pour it right into a cocktail glass and serve. You add ice. You shake it in a shaker.
You're just missing avocado, and I guess you get a lot of LA.
It's pretty LA.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy yourself an LA cocktail
Yeah.
as you listen to the happy hour here on Theoretically Speaking, as long as you're comfortably at home.
Yes.
As long as you're comfortably at home and you're stationary.
You can comfortable with salmonella, too. That's where you can have
you're eating an egg? You're just drinking an egg?
That's just one. It says 1 egg.
Tina, you're a big fitness buff, and you do those things. Like, have you ever had raw eggs?
No. I've never done that where you see some fitness influencers just like put a raw egg right into like a cup and just throw it back. No,
Just
thank you.
drinking eggs. I see that in movies and stuff. Like, come on, bro. You can scramble it.
You can
That's
scramble
my only
it.
problem with that is it doesn't even seem that worthwhile.
Is
or
it more nutritional if you don't cook it?
No.
I don't
maybe,
know.
I mean, adding heat to it would take the nutrition out.
Maybe.
888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Why are people taking raw eggs to the head?
I do know if you bake fruit, it takes away some of the sugar. That's one thing I do know. When you cook food, yeah.
You sure?
Yes.
Or did somebody just tell you that and you went with it?
The second one, but I trust them.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, I learned that when I was trying to cut down carbs.
Yeah.
We baked the fruit instead of having it raw.
Didn't you recently do some weight loss without having even thinking about what you were eating because it was like a system where they kind of dictated it for you?
They took care of the food, they took care of the supplements, and they made sure I lost as much weight as possible, healthy as possible, as quickly as possible. It's Metrim MD. In just 28 days, I lost 17 pounds. You didn't mishear me. I didn't misspeak.
A lot of pounds.
17 pounds in 28 days, all thanks to Metrim MD, M-E-T, the word trim, MD.com. It's all personalized, person to person, not a one-size-fits-all. And they're taking the guesswork out of weight loss thanks to Metrim MD. They're stationed right in Palm Beach Gardens. And it's getting busy there because people are catching on and people are getting results. Because if you lose weight fast in a healthy way and you get results like that, you're going to tell everybody you know. So I'm telling, exactly, you boost your confidence and you boost your energy. So I'm telling everybody I know to go to Metrim MD to start your weight loss journey today. M-E-T, the word trim, MD.com for your free, no obligation, consultation. Let's lose some weight.
C-Cat telling everybody he knows, which is the Theoretically Speaking show, his fantasy football league, and his girlfriend. Yeah. Like you are you the type? You don't seem like the most friendly person. You know, like Tina. Like you don't seem like the person that's out there just engaging people on the street and stuff like that, shaking hands.
It's my biggest flaw. And we talked about this the other day. When you wear like apparel from your favorite team, and someone stops you on the street when you're like going somewhere, I don't know how to break off that interaction. Like, whoa, Ravens fan? Yeah. And what do we do now?
Yeah, like where do we go from here, man? So it's funny because the good thing is you have this platform and this place where we have our fans and friends here on Theoretically Speaking. You share the wonders of Metrim with them, and they're biting on. That should be his challenge for the new year is just be more friendly, man. Make more friends. Stop walking into rooms trying to humble people, and instead try to be more additive. Should I
get handsy? Should I be a bit more body contact?
Be more handsy for sure. People like that.
Yeah.
Especially strangers.
What if, like, weekly, C-Cat needs to learn something about, like, a teammate? Like, just a fun fact or whatever. Like, he needs to learn one thing about a teammate here at ESPN West Palm.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll warm him up. So if he is out, and about, maybe getting some food or drinks or at a sporting event, that can help him. If someone does say, like, hey, Yankees, he's wearing a Yankees hat right now, whatever, he can maybe do a casual convo.
It's funny because I've started to get to the place. I'm too friendly, most likely.
Oh, yes.
I know. I've gotten to a place where I know. This sounds weird. This is not a flex. I'm starting to feel like I know too many people for my own bandwidth in my head. Last night, the wife and I were sitting back watching movies. She just was putting movies on here and there on Netflix. And somehow, some way, like 2 minutes into a movie, we're watching it and whatever. I'm not really looking. I'm working on some stuff after TGL. She was like, hey, don't you know that guy? And I look up, and unbeknownst to me, the main character of this movie is like one of my homies.
Wow.
Legitimately, the main character. I was like, oh, maybe he's just in a scene. He's an extra. No. The main character in a movie that my wife just put on randomly on Netflix was one of the homies. It was some movie about, and we watched it all. It was great. My guy name is Jabri Hodges, really good actor. It was like a sugar baby type movie where he was like being the sugar baby for a sugar mama professor or something. It was kind of weird. Very strange to see my guy taking his shirt off and seducing the ladies all night long on the movie. But I'm getting to that point where I'm like, what the hell? The next movie that came on after that, Mike Hill from Fox Sports. I don't know if y'all know about Mike Hill or not, but a guy that I know through NABJ. He pops up and he's a main character in the next movie.
Wow.
At the dang celebrity golf tournament thing I was at with Kate, we're sitting there on the driving range trying to see who we're going to interview next. This is right after we got to Jim Kelly. This guy walks up to me. He's like, yo, you from Houston, right? Yo, we did a podcast together like 4 years ago.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm not going to lie. I was like, what the hell is going on? I'm not sure. This is I speak to too many people these days. My wife tells me that all the time. She hates that.
Well, Dean Thomas has a movie coming out soon. I saw him post on his Instagram story the trailer to it. I think he plays the antagonist though. He had a gun in his hand. He was like beating up the main character.
Well, how do you know? Maybe at the end, maybe the twist is he's the protagonist.
Oh, okay.
You just assume he's evil.
He looked a little threatening. I don't know.
That gun, he looked a little too comfortable with the gun in his hand.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. When are we going to get Dean back? Is he pulling up tomorrow? Is he
He's going back to the Improv pretty soon. I saw him post about that as well, so he'll be in town.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that. That is Dean, whenever he pulls up, is always a great addition to Theoretically Speaking. We have Joe in Jupiter. Joe's pulling up on Theoretically Speaking via that Baptist Health Hotline, and I'm sure it's a wild take about something to do with Dallas. Joe, what you got today, man? What's happening with you?
I got 3 different things. How are y'all? I'm going to give you some things on eggs.
Well, okay.
I'll give you things on eggs. First of all, deviled eggs are the best thing since sliced bread. Throw some mustard on that, and I love it. I don't know about that drink that Tina was talking about, but I'd try it because deviled eggs are magical.
Yes, okay.
Absolutely magical.
I agree. I love deviled eggs.
I love deviled eggs.
That's my egg take. And then I'm going to go to, and then I'll end with the cowboy note. But I've always been told, and it's, I guess, a compliment. I don't know, because I normally rarely have a clean-shaved face. George Clooney, I've been told by mother-in-laws and my wife, I kind of look like him.
Okay,
that was
George
years
Clooney.
ago. So I'll
okay,
take that.
brother. Okay, but this is a good-looking brother right here. Sharp. You wear tuxedos a lot. Every picture I see of him, he's wearing like a tux.
No, I don't own a tuxedo. I've only worn it once in my life, I think. So no, I can't go there.
But Joe, who's telling you look like George Clooney? Is it? You said your wife and maybe the women in your family. That feels like they're kind of pumping your tires a little bit and making you feel good.
It's been a long time, but mother-in-laws, other people have said you look like George Clooney, kind of, a little bit.
You know what? George Jupiter looks like George. Don't knock my dog, George. I'm sorry. See, look at that. It's already catching on. George and Jupiter. Joe and Jupiter. Appreciate the call, Joe. I believe you look like George Clooney. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. C-Cat, stop hating on my dog.
I thought we were being nicer this year.
That's a big, like, aunts in the family situation, mother-in-law in the family situation, the old ladies that they love to butter up the young men in the family and tell them how good they look.
Because George Clooney's like, he's like a good-looking dude, right?
He's like the icon. He is the...
Give me a woman comparison of somebody saying, so like, is this like somebody being like, I look like Beyonce? Is he that high level of like general awareness of his? Wow.
Yeah, I would say so.
Wow. Okay, Joe, you're doing great for yourself.
Yeah, that's like a Clooney, Pitt.
Oh, it's like Brad Pitt level stuff.
Yes.
He's like the older Brad Pitt because I saw he's 61 years old.
Where it's because Beyonce, like her face is beautiful.
So Halle Berry, he's pretty much saying I look like Halle Berry.
I guess so. I haven't seen her lately. Is she still holding up?
Yes, she looks amazing.
Just making sure. Things move quickly.
Oh my gosh.
Fair question to ask.
I was about to say, it is a fair question to ask, I guess. Who was the person that got in trouble? Was it Don Lemon on CNN? Who got in trouble for saying something about women's prime?
Oh, yeah.
I was about to say, hey, watch yourself, CK.
You know,
don't know.
Everything I said was completely and totally PC.
But just keep it there. Don Lemon got himself. There was a lot of hate mail coming in the Don Lemon inbox after he said something about. I think he gave specific ages for women's prime or something like that.
Okay.
And it was like, yeah, come on, dude.
Well, I think
don't do
my
it.
prime ages.
Well, when you hit 50, no, don't do that, C-Cat. So we have a George Clooney lookalike as one of our fans here on Theoretically Speaking. I feel better for knowing that now.
I've got a problem with you guys, not with you guys, to run by you guys, and it's the first time in my 8-year relationship. It's going to be 8 years tomorrow, anniversary, and this is the early anniversary gift that my wonderful girlfriend gave to me last night.
She's given you so many gifts in the past year.
She showers him with gifts.
Yes, showers.
World Series ticket.
So we're watching TGL, and she's talking to me and saying, you know, the ladies, the girls on my algorithm were all talking about how last week's guy from the Bay team, Ludwig Oberg, was like so hot and everyone thought he was so attractive. And she was like, yeah, I didn't really see it. Kind of think Max Homa, it would actually be qualifying for that. And for the first time in a relationship, she admitted to a crush to a celebrity.
Wow.
And I've never had to deal with this before. And it really hurt because he's not that famous.
Yeah,
you know?
Okay.
That's like if I went up to her.
Is what you're saying.
Accessible. That's the word. You know, it's not like she was saying Brad Pitt is attractive. Like, okay, everyone thinks that, and you'll never be within 50 feet of Brad Pitt, so whatever. but I feel like we could run into Max Homa at the sandwich shop down the street, especially at these parts. And I don't know how to handle that. Theo, have you ever been in a situation like that? I know you've mentioned Jalen Hurts was like a person, but again, he's really famous NFL quarterback. Is there anything like that in your life?
Ooh, I have to think. I mean, as low level as Max Homa, and again, he's big time. But
It's a
you're
league
right.
company. TGL's not that big of a league, and he made the cut.
He made the cut. I don't know if anybody as close to home as Max Homa has happened yet. I do think you should be fine.
I think
you
you're
should be fine.
She tried to get a celebrity crush out of me, and I had half of mine
Can't
to
do
say,
it.
yeah, the waitress at Duffy's right there.
Yeah. You got to hit her with that. Yeah, the Jalen Hurts thing, it does feel a lot better when the person is not accessible and also when the person is like also being widely fawned after.
Yeah.
Max Homa's way too specific and way too niche. I've never seen anybody say that this guy looks good. So it's like, hey, what are you doing there?
And Max Homa isn't always in contention. It's not always like Sunday in golf season at 4 o'clock and we're watching Max Homa down the stretch go to battle at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah.
I watch golf every once in a while, like throughout the whole weekend. It'll be on as background noise. And she always has had a little comment. It's like, is he a Spaniard? I don't know where
she's
do you think he's from.
She's been inquiring about Max Homa the whole time.
Leaving breadcrumbs. And I called her on it when she started just the prospect of talking about Max Homa after saying Ludwig Oberg was attractive. I said, well, you talk about him every time.
Wow.
So, yeah, I guess you do find him attractive, huh?
Did she apologize?
Do you hear the jealousy?
She got embarrassed.
That is she got
She
caught.
threw the blanket over the head.
Yeah.
And we had, she was embarrassed.
Started blushing at her crush.
It's the first time it's ever happened.
I don't even know if Max Homa might be a Palm Beach County resident. He might be listening right now.
I think odds are he is. I mean, in the PGA Tour, why not?
That's why a lot of these guys are playing on the Jupiter Links and on for TGL as well because it's right in their backyard. So,
Tina, I'll pull up a picture. You tell me if, like, I don't know,
Yeah,
if I should have worry. Like, is she especially not?
I saw him last
You
night.
saw, she saw him
last
in
night.
person last night.
Sorry.
He's
CCAT's
not,
got that.
he's not a bad looking guy.
Okay, he's not moving the needle.
Yeah. I think he's like more like goofy and like not looking like, I mean, like his personality is like funny.
Oh, no, that's not good, CCAT. He's got a great personality, I'm hearing.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That is the exact that's the problem.
Ran back to the mic.
It's the personality.
Because when she started describing when I was like, oh no, does he make you laugh? You know, I did one of those things inquiring at how much Max Homa makes her feel. Right? And she goes, no, I thought he was a bit of a bleep hole when he started because he was making fun of people's swings on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a second. That is the exact progression you made with me in college, where she thought I was a jerk until she got to know me. So that really grinded my gears, and it really, I'm still thinking about it, clearly.
You know what, though? I think, CCAT, you have to appreciate that your girlfriend is as invested in things that you like because, like, she's
a little bit more invested.
She may be, and again, hey, the attractiveness helps. Like, if you're you're obviously a big golf fan or whatnot, and she's like, okay, well, how can I bond with my boyfriend? Like, let me look at these golf, players and see how attractive they are. But she's able to talk golf with you.
That's not the kind of golf he wants to talk.
No.
But hey, she's like, hey, what? Tell me more about him.
So it could be like a watching a Netflix reality dating show where she could have a crush on someone like that, and it's because she's watching her thing, but this is watching my thing and getting a celebrity crush. That almost feels worse. That feels like the ultimate betrayal.
It does. Because you know what? She would not like it if she was watching, like, I don't know, my wife, she watches like Real Housewives and things like that of that nature here and there. She would hate it if I was sitting next to her and I was like, oh my gosh, that woman right there is beautiful. That's so bad. She wouldn't like that. I will say this. I just thought about it as you were talking about Max Homa, and I do have a relatable situation.
Oh.
There's several NFL players that are not Jalen Hurts level that she has an asphyxiation on. All right? Jamar Chase. She's enamored with. She loves his name, and I think she saw his picture pop up. It was like, oh, he's a good-looking guy. He's a nice guy. She loves Isaiah Pacheco.
Oh.
She loves saying his name. She's like, Mr. Pacheco. She likes saying his name because it's like such a fun name to say.
So it's starting off playful.
It starts playful, right? She loves her some Rashee Rice. And I didn't realize this, but apparently a lot of women think Rashee Rice is extremely attractive. I'm threatened by that. That dude's only a second-year player.
He could be out of the league next year.
Yeah, I was about to say, the way he's going, he's really kind of, he's teetering that line, some of the stuff he's doing off the field. And also, the dude's from Texas. She obviously has a thing for Texas guys. I'm from Houston. I'm a little bit nervous. Vontae, who's in the YouTube Prize Picks chat, he was actually on the phone with me one time when he heard her yell out Jamar Chase's name when he scored a touchdown. And me as a Chiefs fan, I was offended.
Yes.
I was personally offended. So, yes, I do have some similar I can link arms with you on that, CCAT, and it doesn't feel good.
And does it feel better when this proposed celebrity crush looks like you or does not look like you?
I think it feels better when they do look similar to you, which Max Homa, you can say, is a similar vein.
Yeah, I think we're more alike than we are different.
Yeah,
Could've
exactly.
gotten a lot different.
Exactly. Whereas if the guy looks totally different, like Rashee Rice, I look nothing like Rashee Rice. Can't give that to my wife.
Yeah, no.
Nothing Rashee Rice is giving that I'm giving at the same time. It's two different archetypes, so I'm threatened by that. But like, if she likes Steve Urkel, I'm right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yes.
You got the next best thing.
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
I don't have the ABC money.
I had some CJ McCollum comps. I mean, if you're a fan of small guards, I don't know. That hurts. CCAT, we're going to have to take that into when we start our Thursdays or for therapy series, we're going to have to take that into account because when your wife starts taking a romantic interest in your favorite players or teams, that doesn't feel good.
Can't follow him on Instagram. I'm sorry.
No. And you know what? I just thought about she follows some of these dudes on Instagram, and I don't.
What's that for?
They
What's
get
she interested in
totally-
their career? Huh.
She follows CeeDee Lamb. The hell are you following CeeDee Lamb for? Tell me his stat. If you're going to follow him on Instagram, you got to tell me what his stat line was from the last game. That's it. You're obviously a fan. Now I'm mad too. Damn it.
Yes.
I'm heated. Well, one thing I can tell you is I cannot project whether or not or predict how much your wife, girlfriend, significant other will find your favorite athletes attractive. I can predict or tell you at least a little insight into whether or not they're going to be able to surpass their player projections on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is where you can make money off of your favorite athletes instead of finding jealousy in it because your significant other is making you feel insignificant. 10 million members plus on Prize Picks. It's America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. You can win now up to 1,000 times your cash if you play today. Run your game all season long here on Prize Picks. It is postseason time in football, so you're going to want to tap in soon. Use promo code THEOD. Promo code THEOD, and then you can get $50 for free when you play a $5 lineup. That's promo code THEOD. Do you think Lamar Jackson will have more than 250 passing yards next week? Well, how about this? Lamar Jackson's player projection on rushing yards, 54.5 right now. I would hit more on that. His rushing attempts projection is 9.5. You don't think he's going to be running that ball at every chance he gets against the Bills, trying to move the sticks, trying to get more points on the board? More on that as well. I love those plays. I love those player projections. There's many more that you can check out on Prize Picks right now. Download the app, use promo code THEOD, and you can start winning some money today, some of it on me. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. CCAT, yeah, this is new fear unlocked, not just for myself, but for many others around Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast and the nation listening to us right now.
You know, I didn't bring this topic up to get my ego boosted, but, you know, the Prize Picks YouTube chat, they're hyping me up a little bit. Yeah, they're all guys, but, you know, it feels pretty good that I'm the cash between me and Max Homa.
Yeah, she wants you more so. At least.
So she could have had Max Homa and she decided to choose me instead. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying he's accessible enough to where if she desired Max Homa in a strong way, as much as she desired you, she could at least have scored a date, you know? She could have scored a meet and greet. She could have went up to him at a TGL event by now and shook his hand, so you're good. You're safe.
I don't want the desire of me to be shared. I don't want her to desire Max Homa.
Well, I'm saying she doesn't desire him enough. She desires you so much that it surpasses what her desire could be for Max Homa.
Did she ruin
Also,
your
if she
anniversary?
saw how he got his ass kicked last night, she would not desire him anymore anyway.
True. She likes a winner.
Yeah.
What was that?
Did she ruin your anniversary?
We'll see. You know, we're going to go to an oceanside brunch tomorrow before the show, and we'll see how things go, how they play out.
Yeah.
Well, Chiefs is cooking when I get home. You know, maybe
Oh my God! Stop.
she knows to win my heart.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know what? You know, when you do something like that, especially this close to the anniversary, now you got a little leverage play, man. Now you're good. You're solid. I do want to say on a more serious note, for anybody that's listening right now that has a will to help as well as a way, if you're able, please help the people affected by the California wildfires. In 2025, donate at redcross.org/ESPN. That's redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover out on the West Coast. We got more games to talk about. Commanders, Lions, Rams, Eagles, and Chiefs, Texans. One stat I'll give you on this side before we talk about Chiefs, Texans. Patrick Mahomes, 6-0 in the divisional round of the playoffs. 6-0 in his lifetime. That is the best record of any quarterback in any given round of the NFL without a loss. We'll see if that continues this weekend. That's CCAT. That's Tina. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're all insecure. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com, pbhnphysiciangroup.com, to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
Good people. It's your boy Theo Dorsey, and it's playoff time, so it's now or never. Don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your games all playoffs on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Think Lamar Jackson will get more than 250 passing yards next week? Will Patrick Mahomes pass for more than 1.5 touchdowns? Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code THEOD to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code THEOD and get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's the new year, and new mini plans are available for spring training at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. 3-game mini plans are now available for Marlins Mondays and Cardinals Tuesdays, starting at just $75. These mini plans are the perfect way to maximize your spring training experience and make your weekends longer. 4-game and 6-game mini plans are also on sale now, starting at just $100. Visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com or stop by the ticket office today and purchase your mini plan. We can't wait to see you at the ballpark. Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
My leg! I am not angry. I am in pain. My leg!
Time now for an injury report.
My head and torso! Wow, that's crazy. They hit me everywhere except my legs!
Presented by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Go where the pros go.
My leg!
In the battle for who gets to lose to Patrick Mahomes this weekend, we are going to have not just the Buffalo Bills, but also the Baltimore Ravens going at it. And the one thing that can help Lamar Jackson get over the hump is the availability of wide receiver 1, Zay Flowers. Here is your Baptist Health Orthopedic Care Injury Report. An update from John Harbaugh on Zay Flowers' availability.
Yeah, that's in we'll see mode. He's working hard to get back, and we'll see toward the end of the week if he's practicing. And he could play without practicing for sure if he feels healthy enough and if it's safe for him. Yeah, that's in we'll see.
Flowers has a knee injury. If you remember who Flowers was coming out of college at Boston College, the dude is such a precise and just a quick route runner. So good with the sweet feet, South Florida kid. I do say this out of Zay Flowers. If he's able to go, I think that is enough to move the line in the Ravens' favor. I think it's going to be one of those things that's a game-time decision at this point because him not practicing today and also the Ravens being in a position where behind Zay Flowers on that depth chart is Rashad Bateman, Tylan Wallace, Nelson Aguilar. Like, you're either going heavy on the tight ends or you're just going Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, run all game long. It is going to be an interesting starter-sit decision there for the Ravens. That's your Baptist Health Orthopedic Care Injury Report. Is joint pain affecting your quality of life? At Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, our team is experienced in traditional joint replacement surgery as well as new, less invasive treatments with the goal of returning you to what you love as quickly as possible. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County, right on through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. Second-year receiver Zay Flowers, a 1,000-yard gainer for Lamar Jackson. I'm curious, Cat, how much of a detriment would it be to that Ravens offense, do you feel, as a Ravens fan, not having Zay out there?
You know, it'd stink from a fandom perspective, on a win-loss perspective, but I don't agree with you that the line would move if he is deemed in, out, whatever. It's very unknown right now. And the fact that Harbaugh just said that he could play on Sunday even if he doesn't practice this week kind of leaves a lot to be determined. But I don't think the line will move. I don't think that a wide receiver injury, especially with Zay Flowers is probably in like the 10 to 20 range in the NFL in terms of prestige. I don't think it'll move.
I see why you would say that. I just think that in a game like that, where it feels like people are already trepidatious to give what I feel is a sizable advantage the Ravens have over the Bills right now outside of the home field thing, to give them that bump, that could be one of those things that pushes it over the line. For me, I already feel like the Ravens have a good chance at winning this thing decisively. If Zay's able to go as well, I feel even better because it's another security blanket for Lamar, who has, without Zay Flowers, a lot of question marks at receiver. Love me some Rashad Bateman. Covered the kid since high school at Tift County High School, but he could be hit or miss at times, and you know that as a Ravens fan. Can we get on the get around? Is it
quick trip for the get around? Couple
get around?
stops.
Do we have time for the get around?
A couple stops.
Let's get around.
I get around. What you mean you don't know? I get around.
We'll end the get around at the South Florida Fair, but where will we start?
Next stop at the Seaport Studios in New York, because we've got some news to break. Stephen A. Smith called out Colin Russo on First Take for showing too many teeth. He was smiling way too much for Stephen A.'s liking in his battle with his pops, Mad Dog.
Yeah, that's in we'll see mode. He's working hard to get back.
Well, we're going to play that later because Stephen A. is going to be appearing on Russo and Rizzo, right?
Yes, that is the case.
Stephen A. is going to be appearing on Russo and Rizzo at 5 o'clock. Stephen A. Smith from First Take is going to get a rebuttal into Colin Russo, who tried to take him on today. Not shocked that the young Bulldog tried to go after him. Tina, are you shocked that Colin is going after the big dog?
Not at all.
We'll see how they respond. We'll see if he relents a little bit. Again, that's 5 o'clock on Russo and Rizzo. Right
Go
here.
to Austin, Texas, because Longhorns quarterback Quinn Ewers, he is declared for the NFL draft. Next stop.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Hey, I care.
Why?
Because someone's going to reach for him in that first round. Next stop. Let's take a stop about, 10 miles up the road, if that. Jupiter, Florida. Theo, you watched one of your childhood heroes, Tiger Woods, kind of show his age and get cooked last night.
Yeah. The hell was going on, Tiger?
They were chanting, "We want Charlie."
I know. You know what? Maybe it might be time. Maybe he needs to turn the sticks over to Charlie here and there, because what the Jupiter Lynx were trying last night, it was not flying. The LA Golf Club had their way with them. I will say this. I can't wait until we have a competitive TGL match, because I want to see what it looks like down the stretch when they're in the singles and it comes down to the last few holes. I want to see how the hammer plays out there. Like, it's going to get really interesting, but the last two matches have been very they've been well decided way before the end.
Yeah, it's been lopsided, and when it gets down to the singles aspect where it's 1v1, there's been no stress yet.
I know.
That's the thing. Like, the match has been decided well before that, so it should be a different ball game when it's close.
I think Kisner hitting that pole, though, at least like we were able to laugh about that, and that was at the end.
Yeah,
so.
laughing at them.
Yeah.
The Jupiter Lynx so far, the laughing stock of TGL. Get it together, fellas. We chose y'all as our home team.
Next stop, Coral Gables, Florida, Cam Ward. He has the shortest odds to be the number 1 overall pick to the Titans at -125.
This is the only thing that can save the Miami Hurricanes season, is they can have the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Couldn't make the ACC title game. Couldn't get the Heisman Trophy. Can we at least have one thing to hang our hat on outside of the Cam Ward record that everybody is now scoffing at because they're hating on what he did in the bowl game? I want this more than I want anything else in college football over the next 3 or 4 months. Give me Cam Ward, number 1 overall to the Titans. From there, I hope like hell they can figure things out.
Next stop,
take care of them.
We're going right here because we're going to the South Florida Fair. We're going to be there Friday.
2 days away from the open of the South Florida Fair. Is almost here, and you can meet us there, theoretically speaking. We'll be right there by the pig races this year. If you want some tickets, southfloridafair.com. That's where you can go to pick up tickets or go to your nearest Publix. And if you get the advanced tickets now, you can save up to 50%. Plus, you use it on the opening day, you can get another day for free. That's 2 days of fun for the price of one. Get your tickets today, southfloridafair.com, or at your nearest Publix. Again, the fair opens this Friday, January 17th in West Palm Beach. On the other side, Tina gives us her last call. This is, theoretically speaking, the happy hour on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Is your credit on life support? Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. Local bank representatives will be on site to grant special approval to consumers who meet certain minimum criteria. If you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach wants to approve you so you can drive home your new Kia today. Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. Hello, is this thing on? I repeat, Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. If you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic wants to approve you for a new Kia today. So what are you waiting for? Don't miss the credit clinic today and tomorrow at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Call 800-NEW-KIAs or go online at greenwaykiawestpalmbeach.com.
We want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Credit affects down payment and approval term.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. We are a Florida civil trial law firm that specializes in the areas of personal injury and wrongful death. Our offices are located in Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie. Our lawyers have litigated thousands of matters at the Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County courthouses. Our lawyers, paralegals, and other numerous members of our legal team live in Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast cities and towns such as West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, Lake Worth, Palm Beach Gardens, Palm City, Jupiter, and others just like you and your families. We are a statewide recognized law firm, but it is your community and your families that we live and associate with on a daily basis. Our most satisfying achievement is when we know that our legal power has helped a fellow member of our Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast community secure a fair and just huge result. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
The name of the movie we were watching where my homie popped up as the main character, it's called Sugar Mama. So that should be fun. If you had a sugar mama, she might take you to the bar, and when the last call hits, she got to give you something good. That's what we give you on a happy hour here on Theoretically Speaking, a good last call right from the mouth of Espresso Martina.
Today's last call, you have to fill in one word.
Okay, this should be easy, CK.
Oh, it should be easy. I like to see which one of you is going to say it the fastest.
It's going to be me.
It is a quote by Stephen A. Smith. Since he is scheduled to appear at 5 p.m. today on Russo and Rizzo, stay off the
weed.
Yes!
That's what I'm talking about. That's a good word of advice. This is happy hour, all right? This ain't the hot box. Stay off of that stuff. Okay. So again, Stephen A. Smith scheduled to appear in about an hour here on Russo and Rizzo right here on ESPN 106.3 and also via our YouTube channel, our Prize Pick stream, as well as on Twitter, anywhere you can find ESPN West Palm's content. So lock in on that. That's going to be fun seeing Russo go back and forth with the big dog, Stephen A.
Not the Mad Dog.
Not
Big
the Mad
Dog.
Dog, the big dog. He thought the Mad Dog was a tough fight. Let's see what happens when he hops in the ring with the big dog. One more time. If you're able to help the people affected by the California wildfires in 2025, please do. And the way to do that is to donate at the redcross.org/ESPN. That's redcross.org/ESPN. Give what you can. Give what is feasible in your budget to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover in Southern California. This is a time of unity, a time to come together. And in the words of Stephen A. Smith, too, on a separate note, time to stay off the weed. Get locked in. Are you going to be around here for the Russo and Rizzo Stephen A. clash? I know you will be.
I'll be
CK.
listening.
You'll be listening. Okay,
Yes.
You got things to do.
And
You gotta
watching
go.
on the stream.
I'm interested to see how that goes, man. I think it's going to be a lot of yelling, even more yelling than usual.
Yeah.
How can a show called R&R, Rest and Relaxation, pretty much have so much yelling? Who knows?
Conundrum.
Go in love, go in peace, go enjoy. We out.
Ever have one of those days where your gut just feels blah?
Ugh, yes.
Occasional bloating or gas could be signs that your gut is out of balance. But Align Probiotic can help. Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a daily use probiotic with a unique strain to help relieve occasional digestive issues. It's the #1 Dr.